Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, broadcasting live from Lagos, Channels Television. A reminder of our top stories. The All Progressives Congress, the APC, gears up for the 2015 polls with registration exercise for its members. The Egon people in Doma, Lafia and Nasarawa Egon federal constituencies reject the defection of two All Progressives Congress lawmakers from Nasarawa who moved from the APC to the PDP. The Northern States Governors Forum appeals to those behind the killings in Kaduna State to stop attacks on hapless individuals. And gun battle erupts before the elections in Thailand. All our top stories can be found on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. To get us on the move, visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. You can also now interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap on the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions to share your report, pictures, and videos. Now, when election season begins, civil society groups would like to see a situation where citizens do some planning and scheming of their own as to the kind of candidates and the quality of elections they'd like to see. With Ekiti state governorship polls flagging off the election season in June this year, Nigerians and civil society groups have been asked to assert themselves at every stage and not allow INEC or politicians to set the tone. This was one crucial issue that took center stage at a meeting in London on Nigeria's elections. Our correspondent Doris Okenwa reports.
The dates are set for the elections. Political parties have been mobilizing long before now. But what have the people been up to? At the meeting in London on Nigeria's 2014 and 2015 elections, a delegation of some civil society groups raised issues for Nigerians to consider in determining the quality of elections they get.
It's not just about the elections, it's also about the quality of the candidates. Civil society, we were very, very excited when we saw that there is now a party that is a new party that is going to provide a level playing field. Nigerians would have choice. However, we are still waiting for the manifestos, political manifestos. We are still waiting for the policies. We are still waiting for those fresh ideas.
With the rise of social media, election observation has seen a revolution with eyewitness reports from citizens.
These are areas where we need people to talk about. And so I think there's lots of opportunity to use the media, social media particularly. I really think that's what's missing. We need some sort of spotlight on candidates.
More observers are needed in the rural areas. INEC also advises political parties to deploy more agents in monitoring the collation of results.
The key problem is that many parties lack the capacity to deploy agents to be able to get all this information and to be able to track what happens for polling units to collation centers.
The tendency is for election observers to concentrate in the urban areas, and we think that should change. Election observers should spread out. There is need to also go to the rural areas.
Voters' apathy has grown, they say, a result of years of failed expectations, both at the polls and from the elected officials not making good on their promises.
On no account must any material.
There is still a long way to go with security concerns, voter registration and public enlightenment, not to mention the long-awaited amendments of the Electoral Act by the National Assembly, which is expected to be done by June this year. Doris Okenwa, reporting for Channels Television News, London.
Now to other news, the Nigerian Bar Association, the NBA, has kicked against the request by the federal government for the body of lawyers to nominate one delegate to the upcoming national conference. In a letter written by the NBA president, Mr. Okewale, An address to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator Pius Ayim, the body says that in view of the fact that so many legal issues will be addressed at the national conference, it is only fitting and proper for the Umbrella Association of all lawyers in Nigeria to have more than one delegate at the conference. According to the NBA president, this is an area lawyers are supposed to possess enormous expertise and will definitely add a lot of value to the process. Men of the Nigeria Immigration Service have been charged to up their game to effectively tackle issues of porous borders and proliferation of small arms in the country. This challenge was given by the Minister of Interior, Mr. Abba Moro, who noted that both issues have resulted in insecurity in parts of the country. Mr. Moro described members of the Boko Haram sect as enemies of the state who must not be given any breathing space.
We are all aware the challenges before Nigerians, more so those that are charged with the responsibility of securing Nigeria for Nigerians, is enormous. The task ahead is daunting. But I know that you have sworn the oath to discharge your responsibilities and face the challenges frontally. Today, the internal security of this country is in great danger. Today, it is no longer news that illegal aliens, unauthorized species that have found their way through the various porous borders of this country constitute a very vital component of the masterminds and perpetrators of the heinous crime of violence, maiming, and killing of Nigerians in recent times. It is no longer news that small arms and light weapons have found their way through the porous borders of Nigeria, and these instruments have constituted very critical components of the weapons that have been used by enemies of progress of Nigeria to cause harm to our Nigerian people and to destroy properties. These are the challenges that face the Nigerian Immigration Service today. And so, as you assume your new responsibilities today to conclude the efforts of the Controller General of Immigration, it is expected of you by Nigerians that these multiple problems confronting Nigeria, compounding the internal security of this country, will be a thing of the past.
The Minister of Interior, Mr. Abba Moro. The Northern States Governors Forum, the NSGF, says it is shocked and saddened at the renewed attacks in parts of Kaduna State by gunmen and is appealing to those behind such attacks to immediately stop them. A statement issued by the chairman of the forum and governor of Niger State, Ali Muazu, extended the forum's deepest condolences to the families of the victims, especially the relations of the family of 7 that was completely wiped out at Manu Akuru village, a suburb of Manchok town in Kara local government of the state. The NSGF is also asking security agencies to ensure that the perpetrators are caught and brought to justice to prevent a recurrence, saying that such a situation where criminals kill innocent citizens is unacceptable. The governors asked God to grant repose to the souls of the dead and also grant members of their families the fortitude to bear the loss. Armed men suspected to be Fulani herdsmen killed a family of 7 during an early morning attack in Ungwa Kajit village of Manchok in Kara local government in Kaduna State. Indigents of the community said that the gunmen stormed the area and began their operations around 1 a.m. on Friday morning, killing a couple and their children. Now, a workshop where stolen vehicles are refurbished and sold to unsuspecting buyers has been uncovered by the Delta State Police Command. The facility, which is located at F. Okonjo-Iweala Close in the state capital, was discovered following information that one Toyota Highlander Jeep snatched at gunpoint in Enugu was found there. The Commissioner of Police, Mr. Ikechukwu Aduba, told journalists that the command will not allow the state to become a hiding place for criminals. Now, it's not always tales of woe from the people of Bakassi, as the indigents of Ikang in Bakassi local government area of Cross River State now have a different story to tell. This is because over 500 residents of Ikang are now beneficiaries of the free health care services provided by the National Association of Sea Dogs. The medical services was carried out at Ikang Primary Health Care Center, where the people were examined and treated for diverse ailments.
It is believed that over 70% of Nigerians pay for health care services from their pockets, and many, especially those in the rural areas, cannot afford the luxury of regular checkups. Many of these Nigerians who live below $1 a day are said to have died as a result of health-related complications which were not detected early enough for treatment.
Our president worldwide.
This and more is the reason behind this humanitarian gesture to this community, where free medical checkups were given to residents. The medical team came along with drugs for children and adults, eyeglasses, as well as insecticides and mosquito nets.
Over 70% of Nigerians pay for health care from their pockets. And we also know that about this same figure have not just to be poor. That means they cannot afford health care. So when we come and deliver free medical service like this, we are also helping to reduce the mortality rates in the country. Apart from achieving our major objective as an organization, we are also helping the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to have healthy citizens and reduce our mortality rates.
Some beneficiaries of the exercise wished it continued, owing to the fact that there is no hospital to attend to all their health challenges in Bakassi. They have to travel each time to Calabar in order to be treated.
So I'm very, very happy about this program because it's helping us that we don't have enough money to go and collect these glasses and treating ourselves in the hospital.
The government try to put better hospital here to help all people who is around this Bakassi.
When I came here, I saw a crowd. I have to ask. They say it's free treatment. So I am opportune to be here. I'm happy because they will treat my baby.
This gesture, according to the group, is usually carried out 4 times yearly in different communities in Nigeria to assist government fight its mortality rate owing to health-related issues in the country.
To education now. For better performance of candidates in senior secondary school examinations, the West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has prescribed a better teaching approach towards the current secondary education curriculum. The West African Examinations Council expressed worries over the decline in performance of students and has started raising awareness of the current structure of the curriculum.
In 2012, for the same examination, we had a marginal increase of 37.97%. But in 2013, there is a decline to 29.17%, and this calls for serious concern. Perhaps there has not been proper learning on the part of the learners or teaching on the part of the teachers.
The head of the Nigerian National Office of WAEC announcing the release of results of the 2013 Senior School Certificate Private Examination back in December. With a mandate to assist in the development of sound education and to ensure that standards are maintained, the examination body gathered secondary school teachers to enlighten them on the best use of the current curriculum. Here the teachers raised their concerns.
And this one now that the policymakers are bringing up, have they made adequate provision for the facilities needed to actualize all this, like teaching of auto-matrix and those things? Are they really making use of cars and other things to teach these students?
The Council's head of Test Development Division put the bulk on the interpretation of the curriculum.
The way you carry out assessment informs the way teaching and learning is done in schools. Whatever you don't assess usually does not get taught. And so that's why we are trying to ensure that the assessment is aligned to the curriculum. So where there is a need to carry out practical activities, that will be done.
The curriculum was developed by the Nigerian Educational and Research Council with the National Council on Education and will be tested by WAEC this year.
Ideally, every teacher should teach from the teaching curriculum, not the WAEC examination syllabus. The syllabus is extracted from the teaching curriculum.
These teachers now have the responsibility of preparing their students appropriately to improve their performances in the senior school certificate examination.
Still ahead on the news at 10. Controversy trails copyright management in the music industry. Please join us again.
News at 10.